Well, good evening. We are honored with the presence of last year's NASCAR Cup champion Kyle Larson driving this Chevrolet, and he's going to be driving it right into Kansas City in next month's Advent Health 400. Kyle, welcome to Channel 5. Welcome to Kansas City.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You spent your morning or early afternoon at a barbecue restaurant. I got to ask you, was that fun?
Yeah, it was a good time. Went to Jack Stack's. There was actually a lot of race fans there, which was neat. And then, I got to go back in the kitchen, see how they kind of do their barbecue, get some briskets going, some ribs, and then eat it all. So, yeah, it was really good, and I am sitting here stuffed right now.
What is it like traveling the country? Used to be you guys would come and practice at the tracks. I understand now you do a lot of that back on computers back in Carolina. But what's it like traveling the country, and how long does it take to get used to it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, gosh, yeah, our lifestyle is pretty crazy, right? We're like a traveling circus in a lot of ways, racing in different states every week. And, it's fun, though. I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy seeing the country. I enjoy seeing new places, going to different restaurants, golf courses, whatever, and then getting to, race and have, do what I love on the weekends and do it as a living. Like we go to, Vegas this weekend, Phoenix this weekend, Vegas next week. Then we travel back to the East Coast. Like, it's kind of crazy. The hauler drivers have a rough life for sure.
How much of a community do you actually get a chance to see? This is a business trip. It's not a vacation.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like on the weekend, like when we're racing?
Yeah, well, I mean, for instance, when you come here the week of the Kansas City race, how much of Kansas City will drivers get a chance to see?
More than you think, I feel like. Our schedules are pretty relaxed these days. More than 5 years ago, before COVID, it was much like the weekend schedules were more intense. But now, we might fly in on Friday, and we'll usually have all afternoon Friday to go do things. And then Saturday we'll be done with practice and qualifying by 1:30, 2 o'clock probably, and then you have the whole rest of the afternoon. So go to the city. I've gone to comedy shows in the city, concerts, nice restaurants. I do a lot of dirt track racing, so race at Lakeside Speedway.
Oh yeah.
And then you race on Sunday and immediately fly back home and get ready for the next week.
Now you bring up dirt track. The folks who love dirt track racing, it's like a tribe of fans. I mean, it's a little different. It's a different lifestyle. What's it like going out there on the dirt?
I love it. I mean, I love all racing, but I really enjoy the dirt track racing. What I race on dirt is called sprint cars.
Sure.
They have almost 1,000 horsepower and weigh 1,450 pounds. And to put that in perspective, like our NASCAR cars, which we're racing on much bigger tracks, so we can carry more mile per hour. But NASCAR, we're like 3,600 pounds. This year we're up to 750 horsepower. So the power to weight ratio in dirt racing is crazy. So those cars are violent. They want to hurt you, and I enjoy that. It's fun.
It's funny. Over the years, we've seen drivers, Tony Stewart very famously back in the day when he was on the circuit, he would say, hey, come on out. If you come out to the dirt track, you can follow me in the pits. You can do anything you want. And he obviously had an affinity for it. I swear, you guys smile more over there. It's like you're there. You're just a racer over there. You're not a figurehead for a huge organization.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think for me, I've had success now in NASCAR, so when I do go to dirt races, I'm pretty swarmed with fans equally, so a lot of times even more. But no, I mean, I think the access at both is really good. It's just different. In sprint cars, yeah, I mean, you can walk right up to us like as we're buckling in the car, which you get a little bit of that in NASCAR. It's not like they limit you, but you have to there's different passes and stuff that you get where you go to a dirt race, you can either buy a grandstand ticket or a pit pass, and if you get a pit pass, you can go to the grandstands also. So you might as well get a pit pass. But I don't know. I think the access in racing in general is compared to any other sport is incredible. Like you can the range of which you can get close to the athlete is unmatched.
And you're just 33 years old. You look like I know you probably heard this your whole life. You look really, really young for your age. You've got 2 Cup championships. What has it meant to not only get a riding Cup, but to be on a great team like Hendrick and be able to get 2 of the big trophies at the end of the year for you and your team?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think this is like my 13th season. So yes, I'm young, but I've been doing it a while now. So a lot of times you think like, man, only 2 in 13 years or 2 in 12
No,
years, whatever it was.
no, it's
But
hard to do.
no, it is. It's really tough. But I'm just grateful to have been able to make a career out of this. Just doing something I love, and then also now getting a race for the best team owner and the most successful team owner in the sport. So yeah, I understand, how lucky I am, and that makes me appreciate it a ton.
Now you travel do you get a chance to travel with your family? You have a young daughter, Audrey. You've got your wife. Do they travel the circuit? Will they be at, like, for instance, will they be at Kansas Speedway on race day, or do they stay back home?
So I have 3 kids. I have a son, 11, Owen, Audrey, she'll be 8 soon, and then another son, Cooper. He'll be 3, or he is 3. And I would say this time of year they go to the races with me, but like once we get closer to the late spring and definitely in the summer, they have all their activities going on. Owen and Audrey, they both race also, little cars like grassroots stuff. So they'll be gone racing every weekend. So yeah, I don't see them. At least I don't get to bring them to the racetrack with me much. After these first handful of races. So yeah, our both lifestyles between my kids and myself is pretty crazy.
Can you talk about that whole world? Do they race in karting? Is that what they're doing? Because I've covered some of that, and it is unbelievably fun to watch.
Yeah, so what they're into right now on the racing side is called like micro sprint racing, which is kind of another form of karting. It's just a different car, bigger engine, whatnot. Really competitive, but yeah, it's fun because there's a local track in North Carolina, Millbridge Speedway, that runs on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Not every week, but about every other week. So I can go to those. But then they'll travel on the weekends. They'll race in Oklahoma, Indiana. They'll race here in Missouri at Sweet Springs.
Oh, wow.
They kind of travel all around. We'll go to California a little bit. So they'll race more than I will this year. They'll race probably 60 to 70 races this year, where NASCAR schedule's only 38.
Do you get emotional watching the little ones?
I'm like a happy crier, so I do get emotional when I see them accomplish something that they've worked hard for, and I get to see how happy they are. So, but I'm not the parent that gets like nervous or stressed or anything like that. I just want to see them do good, and when I do see them do good, I get really happy.
We're talking to Kyle Larson. Kyle, I was going to ask you your favorite sports teams. You're from California. Do you still root for those teams? I bet you've been living in Carolina a long time now.
Yeah, I've been in North Carolina since 2012, but yeah, I'm always a California kid at heart. So
Please tell me you don't like the Raiders. That's all we ask in Kansas City.
No, I mean I'm not like a huge sports fan, but I like the Northern California teams. So yeah, San Francisco 49ers, Sacramento Kings, Giants. The Dodgers actually have hosted me a couple times out to like spring training and stuff, and they're awesome. So I like to pull for them too, which is easy to do. I mean they win all the time. But yeah, wasn't ever really into the Warriors. Although they back in their heyday, not heyday, but in their prime of my lifetime. They were a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah.
But still, like I wish someday the Kings could be good again. And
I love hockey too. Isn't it fun watching?
Yeah. It's the San Jose Sharks. I've been to a few of their games too, so they're a lot of fun.
Before I was going to ask you your sports hero, but first I was going to ask you about you're going to be coming to Kansas Speedway to Tri-Oval. I kept thinking, we're going to be right there in the middle of the country, nothing quite like a track around Kansas City. I kept hoping for a super speedway. So we had been to California Speedway. We've seen Talladega, some of these other super speedways. I kept thinking, well, build something like that, and maybe you get some people from their traditional footprint to come to Kansas. Which tracks do you like the most? And are there tracks that you end up not liking?
Well, I mean, I don't not like any track, but in my opinion, I think the size racetrack of Kansas is the best. I think the 1.5 mile tracks produce the best racing. I mean, you look at we had the closest finish in NASCAR history 2 years ago at Kansas, and it just consistently puts on great racing. So I really love that style of track. Daytona and Talladega, they're unique in their own right because it's drafting and the whole pack's together. But in my opinion, those are, you got to, like, anybody can get kind of lucky and win those. Where I think when you go to a track like Kansas or other mile and a halves, like, it takes a whole team and car and driver to be at the top of their game to win.
They surely, when they repaved, they got it right because the racing has been 3 and 4 abreast. It's been fun to watch. You never thought any lead was safe because people have room to pass and everything. Now, when we hear about overheating on the track, typically it's an engine. Last Sunday at the Circuit of Americas, you went through something. It reminded me of watching one of these net movies about an astronaut coming back to Earth and their heat shield fails or something, and they start getting hot. What was it like in the car on Sunday?
It was hot, yeah. So in our cars, which not everybody runs this, but most drivers run a cool suit. And it's basically like our shirt here would have like all these water lines kind of running through the front and the back, and then it hooks up to basically like a mini refrigerator in sense, and it like pumps cool fluid through you, through the suit, and it when it works, it's amazing. Like, it's so cold, it's great, especially on a hot day. But the times it fails, that shirt is so thick, the water in the shirt or the fluid in the shirt gets hot, and then it just basically is cooking you. So mine did not work last week, so I was extremely hot, but thankfully, I was able to kind of relay to them early that I didn't feel great, and they were able to give me all the fluids I needed to drink and some snacks to eat and ice packs, cold water to dump on myself, and by the end of the race I felt really good.
That's good. And thank you so much for coming in. It's always great. NASCAR does a great job making drivers available, and you guys are kind enough to come to talk to Kansas City fans. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.